traders war room. What you won't do when the traders war room? What you won't do when the traders war room? What you won't do when the traders war room? Traders war room.
What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, man. I got a different kind of video for you today, man. We're going to change a serpentine belt on a Kia Sportage. Now, you guys are like, man, this guy's a trading and investing dude. What's he doing trading cars? Man, one of my hobbies, man. All right, there's 3 things I love to do as far as like doing things, right? I love the stock market, I love martial arts, and I like working on cars, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and fix the serpentine belt on this Kia Sportage. And one of the reasons why I'm doing the video is because I scoured the internet, man, looking for how-to things. I couldn't find crap, all right? I found 2 videos, and both of them weren't very good, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a video out there. If you got a Kia Sportage or you got a 2007 to 2012 Kia Sportage, man, I got you covered on the serpentine belt. It's not hard to do, man, but it's complicated if you don't have the steps, all right? And one of the reason why I'm doing the video is because we're all about passive income. We're all about saving money, man. Listen, I'm not at that level yet where it would be worth my time to go ahead and take this vehicle to the shop and get it fixed when I can do it myself, okay? When I'm making buku bucks and it wouldn't even be worth my time to go ahead and spend the 2-3 hours on the vehicle, then yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and make it happen, and we're gonna go and do this different type of video. And don't worry, if you're into the trading and investing one and you're like, man, Chuck Fu is coming off with something weird, I got you covered, man. I got another video coming out later, but we're gonna go ahead and get into this different one right now. All right, on these Kias, you got to access this stuff through the passenger wheel well. And guys, power tools that are battery operated, man, are a must. They changed my life. Use the 21mm to get this wheel off. So as you can see, I already got it jacked up, guys. One thing that you got to understand about these Kias and stuff, you got to go in through the sides, all right? This is actually what the belt, the serpentine belt looked like, okay? And everything like that. We'll be doing more on that Mustang out there, man. That's my baby. But for right now, we're talking about that, man. That's what the belt was looking like. So of course I got the jack up, got the jack stands on these vehicles. I highly suggest is I got this breaker bar here, right? Of course I got my wrenches, and this thing really helps out. Now, since it's an alternator issue with the belt, I went ahead and got my charger over here. The workbench, you got to get under this, and you got to stay under. You got to remember to do some chalk blocks anytime you're doing these vehicles and stuff. I like to use these things, just throw them right underneath the wheels so this shit doesn't bounce back. A little step stool, and this little thing here, man. This thing, oh dude, I bought this the other day. This thing comes in handy, man, so you can slide around and everything. Underneath this front end is like a panel, right, that you have to take down so that you can access some of the stuff underneath. And I'll show you what that is real quick. All right, this is a pull-out one. I usually don't pull this one out, right? One there, one there, one there, and then the big bitch all the way back here. Boom, right there. Once you get all those, you're good. These things here, all right, there's 4 of them. There's one over here, 1, 2, right, and then another one over there. But they're size 10, as you can see here. And I'm gonna end up putting it back in, but it does something like this, right? Covers it like that, and you got to take that out. It has 4 spots. You gotta, there's one there which is on the side, another one, another one, another one, and you put them back in there. But that's what covers inside of there and makes it so that it's kind of like the flap. All right, so one piece of advice on this thing, note over here, if you're looking at it from above, you can actually see where the 2 nuts are at. They're size 14s. You can see my wrench down here, right there, and my other wrench over here. If you look at it from the top, you can see that nut that wrench is on. If you don't look at it from the top, you're never going to see it. You're just going to have to blindly. I had to figure that one out and use a little step ladder to get on top of it since the car was jacked up. But I'll put it down here, but shine a little light. But right there, But see those green, see these green nuts? These are your nuts you gotta loosen. So there's one there, right? That you gotta loosen. Then there's this nut here on the actual alternator that you gotta loosen. This bad boy right there. You gotta loosen this, and then when you do that, you gotta push this thing up. And there's one on the side. You can see that one on the side there. You gotta push the alternator actually up and out of the way in order to get the belt on. I had to figure that one out because it was tight, and I was like, why is it so tight? And where's the tensioner? Well, that's the tensioner right there. And then of course coming out, you got this other one right there. And then underneath the car, right there, you gotta unhook that nut, and this thing here, this thing flaps open, right? It's like one of the power switches. You gotta unhook that thing, all that, and then you can push this thing out the way, and then the power steering thing will jiggle around. That's how you know. Yeah, so you push all that crap out of the way, right? And if you can jiggle your power steering thing after you loosen it up, and you can push your alternator out of the way, then you know you're good to go, okay? You got enough freedom in your belt to go ahead and take the belt out, and then you can go ahead and put the belt on. The belts are actually really easy once you get all the stuff loose. It's so tight, man, because it's on the side. All right, as you can see, we got the new belt. I'm gonna have to end up doing this belt here soon. You can see that one. That one's breaking. That one's actually pretty easy. You end up taking this apart, right? Take this out, it's like a size 14. You take this out, and then that belt just loops around up here, right? And then it just comes down and you're good. But if you notice, look at this crap, man. These belts are like put together, like all in sequence. There's like 1, 2 belts around. But this one here, this is, you know, of course, the water pump. You got your alternator. You got your power steering up there, stuff like that. But it all just goes on together and everything like that. Now, the alternator is good to go, okay? If it doesn't move freely, then you're gonna have to end up getting a new alternator. But if your alternator is moving freely, you're good to go. I have a new belt on, and we're about to go ahead and charge up this battery, and we're gonna fire this up. And as long as we don't blow up, man, we're good to go. Boom, baby, that's a wrap. All right, man. Hey, listen. Traders War Room isn't just about trading stocks and stuff like that, man. We're talking about things for passive income, okay? Things that can save you money, okay? Not just trading and investing, but I want to give you guys insight, man. Like example, man, I could have took this car to the shop and paid $500 to have some people do this thing. But man, a little sweat and tear, a little getting pissed off, a couple beers later, man, and I got this thing taken care of and we're squared away, okay? Traders War Room, baby. Not just teaching you how to trade stocks, man, but we're giving you that insight on how to save money and invest for the future, guys. All in all, man, I'm about to get done. I'm just gonna put the stuff back together. And like I said, man, I'm gonna look to turn this into the dealership and get myself something American. I've been doing a little tinkering on cars and stuff, man, but you hop into these foreign cars and dude, everything is like jam-packed. Now, I haven't had issues with like Civics, Honda Civics. I used to do some work on those when I was a teenager. I think people, when they made these Kias, they were like, man, you drive this until there's something wrong with it and you take it to the dealership, you put 100,000 miles on it, it's so cheap, you turn it in, you get yourself a new one. That's pretty much. But guys, I hope if you got a Kia Sportage and anywhere between, I think, 2007 and 2012, man, and you need to change your belts, there's 3 of them, okay? The process for the belts is all the same. The big thing is, in order to get any of the belts off, you have to loosen that alternator, you gotta loosen that power steering so that you got some leeway with your belts in there, and then you can start taking them off. There's 3 belts in there. You got like a compressor belt, alternator belt, and you got your power steering belt. They're all 3 in there, but as long as you take and loosen the alternator and the power steering thing, you start jiggling those around, those act as your tensioners, you're golden, man. You'll have no issues, man. But that was the hardest part for me, to figure that crap out, because that shit took forever, man. I was trying to MacGyver some stuff, and then all of a sudden I was just like, you know what? I jiggled the alternator and it moved, and I was like, of course, that's gonna be the tensioner right there. All right, guys, hope this video helped you out, man. Holla at your boy. Definitely check out all my other stuff on the channel. And as always, if you're ready, follow me. Let's go to war, man. Traders War Room, baby. We're doing cars, we're doing stocks, we're doing veteran stuff, man. We're killing it all over the place. Later.
War room. What you want to do in the Traders War Room? What you want to do? This the Traders War Room.